This is a group of salmon that have already decayed, yet they still insist on returning to their birthplace. Before their bodies completely turn into rotten flesh, they must reach their birthplace and lay their eggs. The salmon do not need to care for the newborn fry, as their already decayed bodies will become food for the young salmon before they grow up. The end of every autumn signifies the beginning of an extraordinary journey. Tens of millions of salmon swim back from the ocean to the rivers, a process filled with difficulties, entangled with humans, leaving enough for the brown bears. And what remains is for themselves. Only 0.2% of salmon can successfully reproduce. This courage to swim upstream ensures the great legacy of the salmon population. The reproduction of salmon comes at the cost of their lives. Once they enter freshwater areas, they lose their ability to find food. However, bacteria and microorganisms in the water begin to enter their bodies, gradually destroying their immune systems, leading to the decay of their bodies. Yet even so, the salmon do not retreat a single step. Under such extreme conditions, a large number of salmon cannot persevere. The journey home will last several weeks, and the salmon must invest all their energy into the return trip. During the process of returning home, their bodies undergo tremendous changes, gradually shifting from healthy bright silver to an astonishing blood red. Female salmon become vessels filled with eggs, while male salmon evolve hard, hook-shaped mouths. All of this is to protect the precious eggs. The behavior of salmon returning to their birthplace to reproduce is common among migratory fish, primarily because they cannot find better breeding locations. Some places are too dangerous, while others lack food. In contrast, their birthplace is the best choice. The fact that these salmon can grow large is the best proof. Those salmon that return to their birthplace earlier will occupy the best spawning areas, while the slower salmon are destined to be eliminated. Many salmon, unable to enter the ocean due to environmental changes, will spend their entire lives in fresh water. But they will still gradually decay like ocean salmon and completely die after spawning. This mode of reproduction may have long been encoded in their genes. The growth cycle of salmon is full of wisdom. When young salmon first hatch, they live in freshwater for 3 years, then swim downstream into the ocean, where they grow for 7 years, and finally return to the rivers to spawn. This way of survival is a win-win, as it avoids the risk of being preyed upon by larger fish in the rivers during their juvenile stage, while allowing adult salmon to obtain a large amount of food in the ocean. When all the fish eggs successfully hatch, the young salmon will live in a world filled only with other young fish. They can easily obtain an endless supply of food, but they will not know that all this food comes from their ancestors.